an epic adventure. Explore, align, and engage with the wisdom of the Akashic Records. Kamaya here. What are the Akashic Records, you ask? Well, the Akashic Records are the realm of consciousness that hold all information, past, present, and all possible futures. This is outside of the 3D linear experience and limitations. This is from an entirely neutral perspective of unconditional love with zero judgment in the superconscious intelligence. All life forms, your relationships, animals, countries, including Mother Earth, have an Akashic record. Even intergalactic records exist and are in constant change as we are. We tap into this field by becoming a vibrational match, the key code frequency of the unconditional love, or the 0 point energy field. This is where we align our mind, heart, soul, awareness in with these frequencies by using breath work, sound, for example, with the breath. This prepares your body for communication at these levels of really high awareness. By attaining all components to this process, mind, emotion, spirit, soul, body intelligence, and by taking responsibility through the realizing, you need to know this, of any miscreations. No victim mode here. You see, victim mode is where you give away your power. You give your power away to some external perspective or event. Now, the other thing to know, hear me out here, this is just so fascinating and magnificent. The other thing to know is that the records, the way that they work is only by invitation. So every person has the divine right to access this realm. All we have to do is ask the questions. Yet, the records will share only what we're ready to receive. And how do we know what we're ready to receive, right? We know through the formulation of the questions asked. So you really need to think. Begin thinking about areas where you'd like to step forward, step up, see shifts and changes, healings. But think of the question from a place of empowerment. So in essence, the asking of the question is actually taking responsibility for this desire to make a shift and be a change and have growth. So what might you expect in terms of actually having an Akashic record reading? Well, for some of you, clairvoyance, this means clear inner vision, or you're seeing through your inner mind. It might even look like a book opening up and pages flicking. Now, this won't look like this for most people, but it's just good to be aware. So tuning in, being receptive, play along through your imagination. This is where sending and receiving of data occurs, and it's the most perfect gateway. You can't make things up here. The imagination is that you remember that childlike wonderment where all possibilities exist, and you didn't have conditions, and it's so magical and limitless, this place. And in the imagination, this gateway, the stage is set, the invitation goes out at this level of conscious ability. Your ability to perceive and receive will affect what you receive. So I, Kamaya, I'm very well practiced in the multidimensional realms, and I have a mighty universal cosmic team that works with me to create the most perfect, loving, nurturing, and supportive, inspiring environment for your reading to take place. Every reading is really unique to the individual, but it is always and only ever in divine and perfect order. So let's get back to the imagination. You see, sometimes, yes, you see images, right? Now, clairvoyance, that's seeing. Also, you can hear things while you're in the imaginational state. Clairaudience. Then there's your clear feeling. This is your clear sentience. It can be a sensation. Your imagination can be also the whole body experience. Your clear cognizance is that clear knowing. That is when all of a sudden this vast amount of information becomes available and your perspective shifts, and challenges or people that have been challenging you, all of a sudden that light bulb moment comes on, and there's that clear knowingness, clear cognizance, that aha. So all of these senses become active when we go into the field together, into the Akashic records, and they work in symphony to relay symbols, smells, colours, sounds. So your job is to pick up on these, really enjoy the experience. You, along with myself or the reader of the records, will be translating and receiving. This is such an extraordinary and fun, deeply healing ancestral, generational, bloodlines, but through knowing, you claim your worth, you know better, you be better, wellness, healings, and miracles take place. There's no better way to know yourself better, more wholly. The Akashic Records.